Hey guys, what's going on? So I have a new Marvel Legends review for everyone. Uh, Kind of excited for this figure, uh, because I actually researched him and I think he's a pretty cool character. Um, so yeah, let's start off with his box because we were reviewing Marvel Legends Marvel's Sleepwalker. Um, I'll kind of explain who he is later. Nothing really on top, but you got artwork on the sides. On the back, you got that same artwork in large. You got all the figures in the wave. All I need left is Asher Form Doctor Strange and America Chavez. So Marvel Sleepwalker. The Sleepwalker is the guardian of the mindscape, apprehending beings that invade the sleeping minds of humans. So yeah, so basically, I forget the guy's name, but basically there's this one human who was being invaded by a demon, and one of the sleepwalker. It's not just that's what this creature's group is called. It's called the sleepwalker, the sleepwalkers. But he went into this human's mind. I can't remember what happened, but it caused him to be trapped within this human's mind. And what eventually happened was that he just straight up was like, well, I can't get back to where I want to go, so let's just work to like fight crime on your world, and that's basically what they did, from my understanding. And yeah, I find him pretty cool looking. So here he is. Here is Sleepwalker. But before we get into the figure, we'll get into his accessories. So first of all, he comes with the left leg of Rintra. Um, this character, I don't know, is this a spoiler? You know what? I don't really think it's a spoiler, but I'm not gonna say it just to be safe. So, but I'm kind of excited to get the rest of the figure, anyways. And then he comes with two kind of like open, like hands. Would have been kind of cool if you got more like claw hands, like you see like on here. I mean, they're not really like claws, but I don't know. So here he is. Here's the figure. So let me get into a neutral pose for you guys. Um, Got this at Target. Yeah. So this is a Bucky cap mold. That's the body that he's on. Which this mold will soon be out of style as it's being replaced by the Vulcan body, which comes out in the next X-Men wave. But I still think that this character looks cool enough to where um, it's interesting enough to buy. So to start off, the head sculpt, the hood is shaped nicely, and then head sculpt just looks really good. Kind of looks like a green Cad Bane now that I look at it, but you got that, and then you've got the interesting design of having one arm with a sleeve or whatever his outfit is, and then one arm without a sleeve. So you see the green skin. You see that he has all these like wrappings around even like his boots here, around his leg, and his like this little belt, and around his wrists. And then you have this cape, which looks pretty neat. From what I understand, this cape is reuse of the Hobgoblin, but I don't have that figure. So, other than that, it's kind of your basic like Bucky Cat mold. You got all like the defining like muscles and stuff like that. I can't remember what teams and stuff he's worked with. I would have to double check that. I don't know if he's been a part of any teams, but I know he's obviously worked with other characters. I think he's worked with like Spider-Man before, but I could easily see this guy kind of teaming up with like Moon Knight and stuff like that. Um, I can't remember all his powers. I know it has like he has like increased strength. Um, I think he has some sort of like um uh uh I forget what there's an official name for this, but where he kind of can look into other people's minds. I think can he do that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly. I know he has increased strength and durability, and all the basic stuff for a superhero, really. So probably, I mean, this guy could easily pose up like beating on some like Hydra goons or something like that. Because I'm sure that would be pretty neat. Uh, he is connected to Doctor Strange through like the Mindscape and stuff like that because that is a magical realm. So this like I would love to see this character in the MCU in the future. Honestly, I mean I'm not a super huge fan. I didn't read any of his comics yet. Um, but I know who he is, and I think he'd be pretty neat for like a show or something. Um, but let's get into the articulation. His head, it can move up, but it does get hindered slightly by the hood and a little bit by the cape. It can look down. It can look side to side. It's got really tiny amount of tilt. His arms go up. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, a wrist swivel, and a hinge. He does have a thigh swivel. Now, this is just personally mine. This does not mean it's going to be everyone's. But his thigh swivel on his right leg is a bit loose. But I'll deal with it. It's not insanely loose. But what I'll do is I'll show off the articulation on the left leg. He's got double jointed knees. And he does have a boot cut, which is nicely hidden by this wrap here. And his ankles move down. They move up, and it does have ankle pivot. So, what can I do for comparisons? I don't know what I can do for comparisons. Actually, yes, I do. Kind of, maybe. I mean, they won't be standing perfectly, but they look a lot like each other. So here he is next to Martian Manhunter. In case I guess you want to have those team up. Or maybe you could just even use him as like, I don't know, like another Martian or something on Earth. But yeah, so oh wait. I knew I was forgetting something. I apologize. I skipped the entire like upper torso articulation. So he has waist swivel. And he has ab crunch. Goes that far forward and that far back. Although you do get a bit of a gappage back there, but so yeah. And this cape just kind of moves around freely, but not enough to where it gets annoying. It sits there pretty nicely. Mostly due to the fact that it hangs on his neck. So because you have that part there. But yeah. Personally, I know like this is a comic character that doesn't get a lot of attention nowadays. So like, I didn't expect that they, even like before, if I would have wanted him before, I wouldn't have expected like a huge, like fantastic figure, with like all these details and all this articulation. But I think it still would have been cool to have a longer cape. Um, I'm almost tempted to see if I can find like a purple cloth cape that has bendy wires so I could move it around. But it would have been, I guess it would have been neat to actually have like, like butterfly joints and stuff like that to where, you can get him in poses like that on the back. I mean, you probably could almost kind of. I guess kind of. I mean, I have to do like everything else, but yeah, this is kind of a shorter review. I don't know why it's such a short review. Like, did I miss something? No, I covered all the articulation after I realized my mistake. I don't know. I guess briefly I can talk about that new X-Men wave. So as long as I see the entire wave in stores, Expect the first ones to be Siren, Havoc, and Sabretooth, because those are my priorities. Uh, Havoc's one of my favorite X-Men. I really like Siren and Sabretooth. I don't have another X-Men villain besides Magneto. So it'd be really nice to get another another villain. So um as for DC, the only figure I saw today that tempted me was the Batman as R, but they did reveal like some new figures, and so far with the new figure reveals, I want to get John Constantine. I'm not sure about the Black Adam. I'm kind of waiting on any comic Black Adam to see what the movie Black Adam is going to look like in figure form. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like, share, and subscribe. Um, and yeah, school's almost out for the year. So hopefully that means more reviews. Hopefully. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.